just spotted some more wildlife. We've got there some hen pheasants just there, but further up the track you can just see some grey dots. If I go up there, it'll frighten them. You can just see them moving. There's another covey of English partridges. So you can see I did a clip last week when I found some, and we have got these dotted all over the farm, which is lovely to see. These sort of things really help. We've got the dike there. In fact, let me just get out, and you can just see when you look here. So we've got down there probably 8 to 10 metres wide grass margin. There's this big dike just there that we're going to do out. The width of it is that one there. It's been done out by the riverboard this last week. I missed them doing that. So that's the width of it, and then we've got another probably 6 or 8 metres margin on the side here. So you've got a huge area there, probably 30 metres wide altogether, 25 metres wide. So that's bound to help the wildlife, and especially grey partridges. I'm just walking over the beet land now. This is the beet field that I think you saw it in last Sunday's update, where I was spreading out the beet soil from under the cleaner, and Tom was soloing this field. So I'll just show you here this soil, because this is a lot drier than what I thought it was going to be. So 45 acre field roughly. You can see the beet tops sort of in the top of it and all mixed in. That's what the solo's done. So if I move that about, yeah, it's a bit tacky underneath, but it will be, but it's nowhere near as wet as some of the other ones. Decent soil some of this is though, and the lumps on the top are quite dry here and hard. Yeah, there, the press get into that. If we culti press this, it would go quite well. So I think this maybe needs looking at doing, because I think this one would be able to drill. Nala is carrying a clod of soil. Yeah, Nala. She always does that. If I pick a lump of soil up, she'll then pick that same lump up and carry it for far enough. Anyway, into field you just looked at with the margins around the outside. This was beans. You can see the volunteer beans growing that's littered out the back of the combine. This one will definitely drill. If you remember, I think last week again, we just ran the Elita around the outsides just to loosen it where the combine had turned and trailers and things. And in the field, we've just done it once with the Express, very lightly, just to chop up the rubbish, because there's quite a bit of knot grass and weeds here that would block the drill up. So you can just see there, the ridges. We've just done that once lightly with the Express. Yeah, that will drill well, this one. Woody got in here with the free flow. We're just swapping machinery around. Ruben's just taken the Express off, and we're going to put the culti press on, but it's behind the rolls next to the combine. So we're going to move the rolls out. Really good set of rolls those are, 12 metres wide when they're opened out. Here's the 5.5 metre culti press. Cracking machine these are. Do a really good job when you're cultivating in front of our free flow drill. This one's probably, I think, 2011 or 12 year old. Sorry, 2011 year, that's when it was. 8/11/11, so August 11 when it was made. That's it, just got all the pipes and everything on. There's 3 different sets of pipes. There's the folding of it, there's the up and down on those rams, and then there's the levelling boards as well, which is in front of the rings there. Just decided to put the dual wheels on this Puma because it will grip a bit better on this press. It's going to be fairly hard going, so we just lifted them into place. That's got the far side on. We use this trolley to help put them on. It's got safer as well. So we rear this wheel up vertical. So put them on a block of wood on the other side as well. So we put them on a block of wood, you can see like that underneath there, and use this frame to lift them up and move them about. It's a lot easier. So those clamps go on the wheel inside. Clamp there, and that clamps in 2. Pulls the rim inside. That's it, secure now. Then we put the other one 6 on the back wheels. So these clamps, they're all over centre catches, and then we put an R-pin in there to stop them coming out. And it grips on that hook there. And you tighten them up, and you can alter the length of them on this thread here. And we put these in like that, and it just stops them coming loose if a clod of soil hits them. You can just see there coming out when we've got the jewels on here, because there's bigger tyre pressure, bigger tyre load, bigger loading on the ground, we can have a lot less air pressure in. So we have 10 psi in both of them, in all four at the back, so we're just letting a bit out. Front wheels we put 12 psi in. We used to put jewels on the front. You can see the clamps here, except it used to crack the hubs because of the pressure, so we've actually taken them off. I think we've had 3 hubs on one wheel, so we actually don't put the front jewels on anymore. So looking from the front of the tractor, you can see the wheels are bulging. That's fine, because they're radial tyres here. They're meant to have a lot of give in them and flex in them. But obviously at the minute the tractor's got the full weight on the machine because it's lifted up in the air. The minute you put it into the ground, there won't be anywhere near the amount of amount of weight on the back of the tractor. So we've got going in this field that was sugar beet only up to a week ago. You remember seeing last video update last Sunday how bad it was, this corner. You can just see it is. Tom's going to come in here with the Elita a bit later and do these headlands again, even though they were so low. It was wet last Saturday when they were done. So Ruben's just got the culti press in here, and it's actually doing a cracking job. Lumps are a bit tacky, but it's doing a really good job levelling it, just making it better for Tom to grip and the Elita to do a better job. Got this left tine turned up at the minute because it's very near the outside and it boils lumps around the edge, and the rings miss them, and then it leaves a ridge of lumps. But we might put it down in a few minutes. But that's the sort of job it's doing. So when we come to put wheat in here, which will be in the next 2 or 3 days hopefully, we'll put a lot more seed on this end of the field, because the germination will be a lot lower than when we get in the field. But that's doing a cracking job, pleased with that. If you look there, that's when it's done, and that's before it's done, so big difference. Nowhere near as or good enough, we know that, but when it's loosened underneath here and then it's done again once or twice with the press on this corner, it'll be good enough to plant the wheat. To the part of the field where we were loading the lorries with sugar beet, you can see some water and it's solid through here, so Tom is going to loosen this. Yeah, it's really wet just here. Luckily it's quite a sandy part of the field just here, so if Tom can get through it with the Elita, which is the low disturbance subsoiler, in this corner, we might be able to drill some wheat in it, but water stood there. This area here, all this soil is from the sugar beet when we loaded the lorries. This will stay now till next year, so we'll have to just leave this here, and then it'll we'll spread it back out in this same field next year. We always try and put the soil from the cleaner, from loading the lorries, back in the same field, because you can get some diseases, particularly violet root rot, and if you spread this soil in another field that's coming sugar beet, you can transfer the disease to that other field. Just getting ready to sort these beans out. We've got 3 varieties. Got the Godiva here in this trailer. We're going to put them through this elevator, and then Ruben's got the hopper at the other end there into the hopper. Then we're going to put them into bags. So when you look at the colour of these, a few little bits of staining on them, but they'll polish up, these will. They'll polish up when they go to be processed. These aren't for baked beans, these are for the cooking job. Yeah, sorry Tom, let's just see if I can get that. need to shovel those out. So that's what we've ended up with at the Godiva. Probably half a tonne there, maybe not quite. So we've now got the sort of waste in the mix where we've done the combine down the middle of the varieties, and it's got a bit of soil in it when we're setting the combine up and bits and bobs. This just shows what we're doing in the elevator. This is borrowed from William, one of our contract farms. You've seen us use it before for storing oilseed rape, but for this sort of job it's brilliant really. See there, the different colours, so that's the 3 different varieties. The black one there is the Olivia, the blondie ones are the Godiva, and the smaller white ones that look like peas, they're the ones, they're Capulet, with the baked beans on. So we're now just putting them in the bag. This is the one we got the most of. This is the Capulet. Hopefully there'll be 4 or 5 tonnes of this. Just got that lorry's come was for another load of wheat, just weighing all these bags as well of beans. Toyota off, there we go, 1.14 tonnes on that, and that's the Capulet. Agri have just rolled up to collect these beans, the Capulet beans, the Godiva and the Olivia, because they need drying. They are the Capulet here. We've got 4 bags here. There's 4.3 tonnes, I think there is a Capulet. They're 20% moisture, but for the canning trial that we're doing at Prince's, they won't take them over 18%, so they've got to be dried. So they're going to go down to Throws Farm in Essex, which is Agri's main experimental research place down in Essex, to be dried, and then going to be brought back up to us, and then we're going to take them to Prince's canning place, which is at Wisbeach near Spalding. And then the rest of these are going to go down there as well. But we've got a lot of machinery in the way. It's only a last minute phone call with a load. But we've got the McDon header here to move. We've got the Puma tractor, and we've also got our own header here to move as well. So we've got a bit of moving about to do before we can get these out. Just easy to move this header out with the Manitou. Having a 4-wheel trailer like this is fantastic. I know a lot of combines have these now, but we don't. You can see how that wheel turns because of the geometry in that bar. You can see that silver bar. It also turns the back wheels as well, so it's a lot better. Follows you around corners and things a lot better. Really good these trailers are. Now you can see how the wheels straighten out at the front as the back wheels straighten out. Put the forks back on now. Hydraulic pins in. Yeah, it's just a bit tight with that roof. Look, with the forks up the roof. We're all right though. That's it. Is that all right? Just put this one right on the end of the fork, so we can actually get it under the roof. Would have been better with the bag lifter that lifts from the top of the fork carriage rather than the forks like this that lift from the bottom. Okay. A lot of weight on those forks. Now go in here and get these other two. So this forklift will lift 4 tons, but obviously only when it's close together, when the boom's not stretched out. The further out you go, the less obviously it will lift. The reason why it was a last minute call was these were going to go tomorrow with the combine. That's with the little plot combine we've got. But I think Agri got a lorry at Grantham, which is only half an hour away, so they said could we load last minute. So I got the phone call literally about 40 minutes ago. That's it. So that's those heading off now. I've got some samples of all of them. So we've got the Godiva here. We've got here is the Olivia. A little bit of soil in those you can see, but they'll polish up all right. This was done with the plot combine, this one was, that's why a bit more soil in. Then these are the little gems, the Capulets, which will go towards, or for making baked beans hopefully when they're cleaned. See, there is there's a Godiva in there, another one there, but they'll be screened and they will come out, those will. When you look at the size of the Godiva there compared to the rest, that'll easily come out. So, and these are for the baked bean job. So the next time you see these is on the way to Prince's canning factory to have them made into baked beans. Behind me we've got the heap of the barley seed. If you remember, a few weeks ago we harvested the seed spring barley we've got, but there's quite a lot of green in it, and I showed you that, and I think if I can find it, this is a clip of that green seed, what it looked like. But all these have to go through the combine. It will shrivel up, it will sort of dry up in the heap, and they'll come to nothing. I'm afraid the grains there, they'll just shrivel up to nothing. Just see there the green grains in it. There's a lot of green in there. You can see in here, no matter where you put your hand in the heap, you can just see the amount of green grain there is. Anyway, I've just taken a sample. We've brought it down the heap lower. We've moved it a little bit and stirred it up. Got air going through these ducts down here. You can hear the fans in the background. And I've got a sample bag here, and I'll just show you how the green seeds have shriveled up. This is the bag. In fact, I'll just put it on Discovery bonnet. See if I can. Now it's focusing. Hang on a minute. Let me just see if I can. There we go. That's better. So that there would have been one, and another one there. So all those shriveled up ones. Another one there, and just there. So all these, they were the ones that were green. And of course they just shrivel up to nothing. I'm in the weighbridge and I've just put some barley in the sample there, so that's the moisture from a reading I've just done. So we'll do that, press that again. That will drop through when it's ready there. You'll see that will open up. There we go. That's it. Then the little thing goes in there and swipes the top off to make sure the sample container's the right full the same. So I've taken some barley out here, the green. Here's the shriveled up stuff that was green when it was harvested, and it's gone to nothing. You can see there. And that's compared to the good barley. You can see the difference, and this is what happens to green grain when you combine it really green. It just shrivels up to nothing. So when this all goes through the screening plant at Agri to put into seed, this will all either be blown out if it's really light or drop through the screen. Anyway, this sample's now ready. 17.03 moisture, 61.72 bushel weight, 18.19 degrees temperature. The temperature's all right, just that moisture just needs to come down a little bit, which we're blowing it, so it should do. So that's it. You can see the lights starting to go now. So thanks very much for watching this midweek Wardy's Waffle. And on Sunday's edition, we'll have some footage from drilling. We've started that tonight. And also I've got some footage of a novel sugar beet machine or sugar beet loading machine that's loading lorries. And there's not many of those around, but there's one to me locally, and I happen to catch some footage of that. So I'll put that in Sunday's update. So that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on Sunday.